Remember!
This is Mr. I appreciate your care. I'm here because President Buhari has insisted that we must ensure that this matter is fully investigated. I can guarantee you that our mission in South Africa, our mission in Joburg is actually on top of this situation. As I speak to you, it's been upgraded to a high-profile case. And they are appealing that we should just let investigation be thorough. So I can assure you that on behalf of the President, we're going to ensure that justice is done.
Forever, we shall always fight for our rights.
Dr. Chidu Ndubisi, who is a brother to the late Miss Elizabeth Uju Ndubisi, who passed on unfortunately while attending an insurance conference in South Africa. And Your Excellency, sir, President Buhari has instructed that the life of every Nigerian matters to the government and people of Nigeria. And we're here to implore you to please ensure cooperation to ensure that the mysterious circumstances of the death of the late Elizabeth will be unraveled. We know that personally, you've done so much in this matter, same with your Consul General and your mission here, working with our mission in South Africa, but we're here to appeal on behalf of the government and people of Nigeria and the family that for the sake of both countries, we need to know what happened to Madam Elizabeth. For the sake of the family, we need to get a closure to know how, why, when, and what happened to her. We know we've been dealing with issues of xenophobia in South Africa, and which in fairness to the South African government, we have about 8 policemen that have been charged for cases allegedly involving maltreatment of Nigerians in South Africa. While we call on Nigerians to behave themselves wherever they are, we are here to demand justice, to demand fairness, and to demand that the pains of this family would perhaps be eased a little bit. We know we cannot bring her back, but we look on to you and appeal to you for your cooperation between the two governments to unravel the death, this unfortunate circumstance involving Ms. Elizabeth Uju Ndubisi.
Reports that we have received on Sunday in the early evenings is that a docket of investigation has been opened in Kempton Park in Johannesburg, and the matter is under investigation and it has been prioritized, and that once the outcomes of the investigations on the actual cause of the untimely passing of Ms. Ndubisi Chuku has been obtained, a detailed report shall be provided. But we commit that if needs be, even before the actual report is issued, as and when we receive intermittent state updates on the status, we will ensure that we provide the same to the family, to yourselves, and other stakeholders. The South African police services are working very closely with the staff and management of Emperor's Palace, the hotel in which Ms. Ndubisi Chuku untimely lost her life. A video footage has been obtained. It is being studied, and we are awaiting the authorities to give us an update. You will also appreciate that we are constrained at this point to speculate or to provide as much information as possible because the matter is still under investigation. I think lawyers would say the matter is still sub judice. So we wouldn't want to put the horse before the cart because we think this is a very sensitive case. We need to treat it with the greatest of respect. We are talking about the loss of human life, and our government is dealing with this matter with the greatest priority. So we had a very good interaction with Ms. Dabiri, Dr. Ndubisi, as well as the team, we deliberated on the need for us to work very closely in order to make sure that issues such as these are discussed, and we find common ground on how we can mutually work together on issues such as this. We have agreed on taking certain steps which may not be revealed, but we have had a very successful meeting, which is the beginning of a renewed relationship on this matter and many other matters that we have always been seized with. And we are very happy with the outcomes of the meeting. It's the beginning of another journey in our relationship, the relationship between Nigeria and South Africa. Interestingly, did not only start when we established our bilateral relations in 1994. It dates back to the days of apartheid. Probably some of the gentlemen behind the cameras were not born then, and some of us were not born then. So it's a relationship that is actually older than many of us here.
And we believe that there will be cooperation with the investigating officers, most importantly to ensure closure for the Ndubisi family. And we count on you, and we believe in what you have said. We'll continue to monitor the development as we assure Nigerians that, as you have said, this case has actually been upgraded to a high-level priority case. So we keep up with the updates, and as we continue to look forward to a better relationship between South Africa and Nigeria, as we said earlier, it's for the interest of both countries as well as the family. Just let's ensure that we get to the bottom of this matter.